How does a non-resident get an employer identification number? Imagine starting a business in the United States but living abroad. You might wonder how to get the right number to handle taxes and banking. That number is called an employer identification number. It is essential for U.S. tax purposes. First, you need to set up a U.S. business entity. This could be a limited liability company, corporation, partnership, or trust. You must register your business in a U.S. state and get a U.S. mailing address. Many non-residents use a registered agent or a virtual office for this. Next, you fill out Form SS-4, which is the application for an employer identification number. You will need to provide the legal name of your business, the type of business, and the reason you are applying. For example, starting a business or hiring employees. You also need to identify the responsible party. This must be an individual, not a business. If you do not have a Social Security number or individual taxpayer identification number, you can use a foreign passport number or other identifying number. Then, you submit the form to the IRS. Since online applications requiring a Social Security number or individual taxpayer identification number, non-residents cannot apply online. Instead, you can fax or mail the completed Form SS-4 to the IRS Service Center designated for international applicants. You can also call the IRS at their international number to apply by phone. After your application is processed, which usually takes a few days to a few weeks, the IRS will send you your employer identification number. You can start using this number immediately for opening bank accounts, filing tax returns, or hiring employees. It is important to prepare your application carefully. The IRS may send rejection letters if there are errors, which can take weeks to resolve. Using a professional service or a registered agent familiar with U.S. tax rules can help you avoid mistakes. Remember, the responsible party listed on the application can live outside the United States. They just need to be an individual, not a company. Having an employer identification number helps you stay compliant with U.S. tax laws. It is necessary for filing taxes, handling employment taxes if you hire U.S. workers, and building trust with U.S. banks and partners. In short, a non-resident gets an employer identification number by forming a U.S. business, filling out the correct form with accurate information, and submitting it by fax, mail, or phone. Proper preparation makes the process smoother and quicker.